What's up? Tyler, Plugged On. I'm here with a list, the first video of 2019. Second, sorry. But I'm here with my 12 most anticipated metal albums that we know of, in a way, of 2019. Of course, there's a lot of other albums coming out in the year, but these are just 12 that I'm thoroughly looking forward to. They're not really in a particular order, but I'm just going to run down them. Some of these are actual albums. They are announced, they have release dates, they're coming out, and then some of them are bands that are in the studio and have said that they are putting out an album in 2019. So, let's get into it. Number 12, Carcass. It's been, at this point, by the time they maybe put out an album, 6 years since, 5 or 6 years, I think, since Surgical Steel came out, which was an incredible return for this band. And I just really want new Carcass music. I love these guys. I love their style of, death metal and what they do. And like I said, Surgical Steel was so good. They said that they've demoed about 50 minutes of new material, but they've never really confirmed that they are putting a new album out in 2019. But regardless, I really want new music from these guys, and I think it'll be very interesting when it comes out. Next up, Deftones. Deftones is working on new stuff. I enjoyed their last album. I know that one's a little bit of a miss, I think, with the larger Deftones fan base, but there's certainly a lot of songs in there that I enjoyed. And it's always kind of an exciting thing when Deftones puts out new material, because they have a vibe to them and a style to them that is kind of like no other, and you almost really don't know what you're going to get. Are you going to get more of the softer, more melodic stuff? Or are you going to get more of the heavier stuff? What's that balance going to be? And then they just, they're an exciting band to listen to. So that'll be an interesting one when that comes out. Next up, Megadeth. Megadeth put out an awesome fucking record with Dystopia, one of their best albums, I think. And it was kind of like a return to form of, this is who Megadeth are. They're heavy, they thrash out, really awesome solos, all sorts of great stuff. They're currently in the studio, and they put out kind of like a little clip of their new drummer doing blast beats and everything. It was like, okay, this should be interesting. And I feel recently they've, at least in my opinion, of course, very subjective, but I feel every other album has been like awesome, or it's all right to Super Collider levels. You know what I mean? But can they do it again? And are they going to go even further with the heaviness? I don't know. I'm just very much looking forward to it. I think Megadeth's going to have a pretty damn big year. Obviously, they're doing that big summer tour with Ozzy. They said that they're doing the cruise. They're putting out a new album. They got this Kegadeth festival. They're going to have a really big year, I think. Next up, Killswitch Engage. Always look forward to new music from Killswitch Engage. Their last album was solid, and I just want more, of what they're doing, because I think Jesse Leach is phenomenal, and he gets better and better over time. And, I'm also just super curious, because they did that track with Howard Jones. What's that going to be like? I don't know. But I know that might be one of the most epic fucking things that they can release. And honestly, quite honestly, I don't think they will, but I hope that they hold that track until the album comes out. I feel like they will release it ahead of time, because that's a very popular thing to do. It'll draw a lot of people in, but I hope they save it, just because that'll be kind of a special thing. But Killswitch Engage always delivers very quality albums, and looking forward to it. Next block of albums are actual things with release dates, so let's get into this. Whitechapel with The Valley. I believe this comes out March 29th. I've not enjoyed the last two Whitechapel albums. There's not really a lot of tracks on either of them that I actually sit down and want to listen to. But I have enjoyed the first two tracks that they put out. Black Bear, it has been very awesome. Brimstone has that punch to it that I feel some of the early Whitechapel records had. The production's just so much better, and I feel that's the thing that was lost, especially on their last one, Mark of the Blade. Just this production was so fake, it was so thin, it's just hard to listen to me, when this was arguably one of the heaviest bands in metal, if you're just thinking about a thick, fat, in-your-face, raw sound. But it just seems like they're getting back to that. Also, I think the concept of this album is very interesting. Phil Bozeman, it's kind of a concept album about his life, his relationship with his mother. I'm sure it'll be an interesting album. I'm actually really looking forward to it. It's the most excited I've been for a Whitechapel album, honestly, probably since they put their self-titled out. That's 2012, I think. Next up, Dream Theater with Distance Over Time. This comes out February 22nd. I really enjoyed the first single they put out, Untethered Angels. The guitar work on that song is awesome. The chorus is super catchy. James LeBray sounds awesome on it. I don't know why I want to say John LeBray. I'm like, what the hell? But, the Astonishing was astonishingly boring. And I think I enjoyed it a little bit more the first time I listened to it. But I'm trying to recall if I have ever listened to that album again since it came out and I reviewed it. But their self-titled before that one, I enjoyed. So I'm looking forward to just a fucking awesome Dream Theater album. Like, I just think they should get back to just delivering, here's a quality album. And I hope they can pull that off. Next up, Swallow the Sun with When a Shadow is Forced into Light. This comes out January 25th. Swallow the Sun delivered my 2016 album of the year with Songs from the North, parts 1, 2, and 3. I just thought, and I still love it, putting 3 totally different and distinct albums together like that, and it's all quality material. Crazy. So I'm very much looking forward to what they do next. I didn't really dig what they put out recently. It was mostly just like 13 minutes of noise and atmosphere, which, I know some people are very much into that. I'm not personally. I want the melodic nature, the in-your-face growled vocals or clean vocals, the doom stuff. I don't really care. I just want Swallow the Sun, a little bit more legitimate stuff, you could say. But I'm very much intrigued by what this is. Next up, Evergrey with The Atlantic. I have very much grown to love Evergrey over the past few years. I just distinctly remember playing Destiny the Taken King in 2015 and just listening to Evergrey on repeat over and over and over again. Their most recent albums for sure. And I really like their last album. And I love the Silent Arc that they put out. I think it's a beautiful fucking song. A great contender for 2019 Song of the Year to me almost. Like I love it. And Evergrey, I just love the vocals, and then I love the beauty that they incorporate. I just feel that they almost do it like no other band. They deliver just such beautiful stuff. So I'm very much looking forward to what they do next. Next up, Soilwork with, stick with me, Verklighten. I don't know how to properly pronounce it. I apologize. This comes out January 11th, so not too far from now. Soilwork has always put out some great stuff. The Living Infinite was fantastic. The Ride Majestic, awesome. Their early shit, Chain Heart Machine, fantastic. They have a very solid body of work. I really enjoy all 3 tracks that they put out for this so far. Full Moon Shoals, Arrival, and I'm blanking on the other one, it just came out, but they're all great. And Soilworks, they jam. They just fucking jam to me. And they have awesome riffs, awesome melodies, great fucking powerful choruses. And just very much looking forward to that. It'll be a good start to the year to me. Next up, the last, and this is definitely my most anticipated album that has a release date right now, and that is Beast in Black with From Hell with Love. This comes out February 8th. Beast in Black is turning into one of my favorite power metal bands, and they only have one album and then the new single for this. And, their debut, Beast in Black, was a great album where I feel half of it was super strong and the other half was take it or leave it. So I'm interested if they can pull off the whole damn thing. But man, their style, their sexiness, the vocals are just through the roof, power metal at its core. the riffs are awesome, and they put together some awesome songs. Their first single, "Sweet True Lies," is so good. It's so catchy. Once again, another great contender for 2019 top 10 songs for me. Yeah, I'm just very much looking forward to it. I think that'll be a damn good time when that one drops. The next two are big bucking bands, and I know one of them's definitely putting out the other one. No, we'll see. Number 2, Slipknot. All Out Life is a great song. What a banger of a riff when that song kicks in. And then, you know, it's Slipknot. It's a massive metal sort of event in the entire genre is when Slipknot drops an album, whether you like them or not. It's a big deal. And, you know, it's been, at this point, it will be 5 years since Point 5, The Gray Chapter, which was a solid record for these guys. And if All Out Life is any indication, I think this could turn out to be a pretty good one. Corey Taylor still sounds very pissed off. He sounds great. And guitar riffs are there. The production was there. Looking forward to it, for sure. Then number 1, which I think, this one, I'm not the biggest fan of this band, but out of sheer fucking curiosity, I want to know what the new Tool record sounds like. And we are closer than ever. They're legitimately in the studio. They're recording stuff. They talk about it openly now. Like, it's going to probably happen. Hopefully in 2019. They've said that it's probably at least going to be 2019 for sure. But man, it'll be 13 years since 10,000 Days came out. You know, Tool has delivered some great progressive metal records. They're a big deal. It'll be a huge moment when this finally comes out, because it's kind of like the Half-Life 3 of metal albums, you know? Like, it was always like, when's Tool put out? I don't fucking know. It probably won't ever happen at this point, but it's finally happening. Just very curious, because I like their style a lot. I like their moods, you know, that they put out. So that's it. Those are 12 albums that I'm very much looking forward to, and I hope they all happen at some point in 2019. Let me know what your most anticipated metal or rock albums 2019 are. Fuck it. Just tell me, what music releases are you looking forward to? Make sure you check out all the end of the year stuff for 2018. Like I said, we'll start getting into some album reviews and other fun stuff as the year gets rolling. Thanks for watching. See ya.